Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dipen from Pune and you're watching DNA Vlogs. Today I'm at Sai Service Wakdewadi, which is at the old Bombay Pune highway. So this is Planet Bajaj and this is where I had gone live with the Pulsar N20 and N250 and F250 live. So we're now going to take out this beautiful N250. Trust me guys, in person this bike looks really nice and premium. Why I say premium? Because Bajaj has given very minute attention and made all these parts really premium. If you look at all these parts, you know, they are really premium fit and finish. If you look at the tail lamps also, they're really nice. Of course, I'll take the bike outside. We'll first do a quick review of what all features are there or what all things are there, what are the colors, and then I'll take you for a short test ride and we'll get to know the fit and finish and the feel. Why I say fit and finish? Because I want to also talk about the vibration levels and all in the bike. Now let's start the bike and take it for a quick spin. This is how the meter is. Really beautifully and well laid out. Let me start it. Of course the side stand is down. That's a really very good thing Bajaj has introduced. If the side stand is down and if the bike is in gear, it won't start. There you fire it up. The exhaust note is really premium. It feels like a very big bike exhaust. Now let's take it out. I have to be slow here because the floor is a bit slippery. The brakes are really sharp. Of course this is a test ride bike, so brakes must have already braked in. The braking must have already happened. Oh man, this engine is so smooth. I'm already falling in love with this bike. The handlebar feels like a clip-on system. It is very wide laid out. It's not crampy. Of course it is much different to our earlier NS200. Let's wait here and make a small review. Turning the bike off. So that was a very small quick ride, but of course I'll be taking it out right now after I show you a quick walk around of the bike with the basic features around. So let us talk about some of the points. You got a projector light over here and it is bifocal. It has got both the focuses, lower and high beam over here. It has got LED lights over here. These are the LED lights. Your headlight turns on as soon as you turn on the bike. It is always on headlight. You don't have a lower beam or upper beams, or of course you have the high beam and low beam here, but you don't have an on-off switch over here. Indicators are LED on the bike and these look similar to our Dominar stuff. And here also we got LED indicators at the rear. The twin tail light is also LED and it is really very good in fit and finish and also look. It looks way too premium. I wish something similar would have come on the Dominars also, because this looks really nice. This tire hugger at the rear is standard and it is now double-side installation. It mounts from here and also from here. It sits behind the sari guard perfectly fine. So we will not be able to so far I have been using the NS200 and the RS200 tire huggers, which now again are both the same. So I've been using those in for the Dominar 400 and Dominar 250 tire hugger installations, but this is completely different and it's a bit slimmer too, but the fit and finish looks very nice. It feels more premium, much more premium than the previous generation. The exhaust too is nice and chubby and small. It doesn't come in the way a lot, It has got nice protectors over here. While I was riding right now, I checked this point first whether I'm going to touch the exhaust, but it has got nice protectors over here. They're well riveted and nothing over here vibrates. It's all feels like one piece. Though it is multiple piece, it feels very fit and finish, feels very nice. There's no noise kind of from anywhere. The bike comes with speedo sensor on both the sides. It's got the ABS sensor also over here and one ABS sensor also at the rear. Tire sizes are it's 180/17 and the brand is Eurogrip on the front. At the rear it is also Eurogrip, and the size I'm not able to see right now because it's gone under. Let me check. So the rear is 130/70/17, and this is Eurogrip as I said earlier. Foot pegs on the front is rubber, and it is hollow from inside, so this will damp the vibrations really well, but I don't think the bike vibrates much. Even the front brake lever, the rear brake lever has a rubber mount, so you'll get good grip. This also looks, both the look stuff, both the footrests look like the Dominar stuff. Fit and finish again on this section is really nice. It has got a nice belly pan, which is quite sporty looking. So those who love the stunt type stuff, this bike really looks sharp, edgy, and very futuristic. I really love the fit and finish. I'm repeating this point again and again because Bajaj has done a real good job on this part. Now, I'm not just promoting this brand or giving good feedback on purpose, but in genuine, go check the bike in person and you will find that the fit and finish everywhere is really, really nice. Bajaj has taken care of very, very small points also. Even the front mudguard, if you look at it, it feels so futuristic. It's two-part. It's done in two parts, but you won't find such kind of mudguard, such kind of looks on any of the current bikes available outside. At least I have not seen. If you guys have seen, please put in the comments. It's got the oil-cooled radiator over here. It's quite small. I mean, it is bigger compared to the previous gen oil coolers. It's wider. It's taller and brighter now. And Bajaj has provided the net by standard, by default, so that you don't have to purchase for aftermarkets. You don't have to go and purchase aftermarket protectors for this part. Horn is a single unit, and let us hear the horn. Quite loud. Side stand sensor and engine cutoff is by default, as I showed you earlier. Till the time side stand is down, the bike won't start. Even if it starts, it won't go in first gear. So it will start, but as soon as you try to put it in the first gear, it will stall. So this is a very, very good safety feature that Bajaj has continued giving in all the bikes. The mirrors are really wide at this section. Usually Bajaj mirrors I've seen, they're tapered over here in the old gen and all, but this one is really wide, and you get a very, very good field of view from here for the rear from both the mirrors. And there's also a USB charging port over here. You'll have to arrange for a mobile mount somewhere, or you can put it on your tank bag. The fuel tank is all metal. There's no plastic anywhere, except for this shrouds. The shrouds that Bajaj has provided, which are in this shape, are plastic ABS. Okay, but there is no vibration while I was riding this bike internally. Externally, while we go out, I will check that and give you feedback. Let's quickly talk about some specifications of the bike. Of course, this is a 250cc, and the earlier NS was 200cc, 199cc in specific. BHPs of both the bikes, NS200 and NS250, is same 24.5. I'm not sure how Bajaj managed this. Probably the BS6 norms, probably because of that, Bajaj had to lower down some stuff in the 250, in the N250. The torque figures in this 5-speed 250 is 21.5 Nm, and the earlier NS200 was 6-speed. Both are obviously single cylinders, and both have single channel ABS. The earlier also had 200 also had single channel ABS. Even this one has a single channel ABS. The weight on this one has slightly gone up by 5 or 6 kgs. Earlier was 156, and now this one is around 162 kgs. The ex-showroom price as of now for this NS250 is 138. So this machine now gets a 14-liter fuel tank. Earlier NS200 had a 12-liter fuel tank, and being a 250, this should give you a range of fuel efficiency of 35 from 35 to 45 depending on where you're riding, what conditions you're riding. These are my estimates, nothing from Bajaj as such. Ground clearance is almost identical in both the bikes. Earlier one was 168 and this is 165 now. Seat height of this N250 is 795 mm, and the earlier one was a bit higher at 805 mm. So for shorter guys, again, this is going to be a big plus point. Let's start the meter and check what all stuff is visible over here. You got your side stand alarm here, your indicators on the left and right, your engine lights, your headlight warning light, headlight, high beam, low beam light. So you got a battery light here, low battery warning, again engine and sensor lights over here. You got a RPM limiter here, your ABS light over here, you got your traditional tachometer over here, which feels really nice at the center. You got a gear indicator over here, your speedo over here, you got your time indicator over here, your trip meters on the top section, and your fuel gauge on the right. So this is all about your meter, and the meter looks really nice, fit and finish is really nice, and it looks futuristic. If I've missed an angle, if there was the light shade coming from top, I'm just showing you all the angles, because right now I'm in the sunlight and I can see via the camera there was some sunlight over here. So really nice meter. Coming to the switch gears, they are really nice fit and finish. They're backlit like the traditional Pulsars and Dominars. You got the indicator, you got the horn here, you got the high low beam here, you got the pass light over here, and this is a really nice touch given by Bajaj. You got the engine skill switch here and your starter button over here. Of course the bike is not starting right now because it is in first gear. I don't think so I missed any other thing from the front part. There are no adjustable levers. They're completely stock finish. I mean one step, there's no other step adjustable. It obviously has a main stand too, and Bajaj has given some safety reflectors over here. At the rear I don't see any reflector except for the tailpiece one. You get a sari guard at standard. Main stand of course is standard. It is 5-speed, 1 down, 5 up. You see it here. What else? You got a small set of crash guards over here. You bar ends over here. Grip feels nice. The slots, especially, it gives a very nice grip. So I've spoken a lot about the features and all. If I've missed any, please comment in the section, in the comment section. Please comment, and I'll be able to tell you about it. Now quickly let's go for a short spin outside in the city and check it out. Checking the vibrations, up to 5,000, up to 6,000, I don't feel any vibrations on the tank, at least. Nothing in the handlebar, nothing on the foot pegs. And guys, this is genuine feedback. I'm not trying to, as I said earlier, I'm not trying to promote Bajaj or Pulsar, but this is genuinely a very, very good bike. I'm going to take one more small test ride of the bike to check, if I've missed anything. Suspension is slightly on the stiffer side, but it is absorbing this city bumps really well. I don't feel any thuds or, any hitbacks on the handlebar, in the hand or in the leg also. Let's try one more pothole C. As I said, it is slightly on the stiffer side, but the shock absorbed are really well. It is really well done. Let's try this small patch again. See, you won't feel the stress while riding this bike. It is that good made. I will urge all the Pulsar fans, or you want something in the 250 range, you should come out and test ride the bike and you will fall in love with it. Absolutely good fit and finish by Bajaj. And there you push. That howl from the engine. I'll take a U-turn and go to Bajaj showroom again from here now. So meet you at the showroom. Downshifts are also easy. Gear shift, as I said earlier, is very, very slick. In fact, the gears on my Dominar or 400 are much harder compared to this. And I've come back to Bajaj. I was absolutely thrilled riding this bike. Really good gear shifts, very good engine, absolutely smooth throughout, up to 7,000 RPM that I pushed in the city. And brakes were really nice, suspension is really nice, well set up for city. I'm not sure how it will perform on the long rides, but of course on the long rides also, if you do lower speeds up to 70-80, this machine should be really nice. Of course the target is not long rides and touring on this, but if you want, you can take it out. Bajaj has, what I feel, has targeted this machine towards the youth, and the youth is going to really love it. I will advise those who want to go for a 250 machine, surely should visit any Bajaj showroom and take a test ride for this machine. If you want to come at Sai Service Wakrewadi, I'll leave the contact numbers in the video description, and surely can come and take a test ride of this bike. I'll give 5 stars out of 5 to the brakes, to the suspension, to the engine refinement, to the sitting comfort. The seat is also really wide. Pillion, I'm not sure as of now, but it will be comfortable too, because this is not as hard as our first gen Dominar seats. It is really plush. The seat grip is also really nice. You won't push ahead while braking. It is not it is not in a gloss finish. It is kind of a matte, so this gives a very good grip while sitting. Riding posture also, I'm 5'10" and I was really comfortable. Let's listen to the exhaust note once more. I'm not sure how it has come out in my GoPro, so I'm recording one from my OnePlus 8. This is from this height. It is a double barrel exhaust at the rear. The howl is really nice. I'm not sure if the recording in the OnePlus is going to do justice to it, but you can personally come down. As I said, when you come out for the test ride, you can come and check the exhaust note. So that brings us to an end of this video. I hope you liked it. If yes, don't forget to hit the like button, and do share your feedback, your questions in the comment section. And if I've missed any points, do ask me those too. I'll be happy to answer them at the earliest. If I'm not able to answer myself, I'll surely provide the showroom numbers, or get answers from the showroom for you guys. So thanks for watching. This is Dipen from Pune, and I'll see you in a new video very soon.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda.